Monday, by the way. Today we are going to get into some Puzzle Rush to warm up. And then I'm thinking I'm going to have to get back into some games, because if we have a look here, my rating is actually 1736 now, down 37. For the month or week, I don't know what's that. That's for the 90 days. Down 37 for the 90 days. If we go all time though, up 331, that's not too bad. But we are a long way away from the peak, which was 1941, so almost 200 points behind. Not good. What happened the other day though? I'm not sure if we could see that on the screen here. Let's have a look. We can't, so let me just bring that up just a little bit. Oops. Here we go. Try it this way. If we have a look here, we'll notice we lost to somebody who was playing 90%, and then we lost to I lost to somebody playing 96, and then again I lost to a 96% and a 94%. So I had a pretty bad run over the last 4 games against some very high accuracy. So I decided it would be good to take a break for a day or two. You know, when you run into constant losses like that, sometimes it's good to put it down and do something else. So I did. Had the weekend off, did some productive stuff, and now we're back. So that's the goal today. What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Hey man. Got my go today. Then first game blundered my queen.
Yeah, man. That's how we do. Just trying to see why the TikTok chat is not showing up there. Somebody's accusing me of catfishing, and I have no idea what you're talking about. If you talk about my picture, maybe it's just bad lighting. I don't know. Yeah, congratulations on getting your board, man. Do you enjoy it? All right, now my TikTok messages are coming through. Somebody just messaged me on chess.com. Let me just open that on a different window, just in case it's something they don't want shown on stream. Oh, it was you. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, it's definitely going to take you a little bit of time to adjust. And yeah, look, the Chessnut, the Chess Connect app is pretty good. I use the Chess Connect app. There's nothing wrong with the Chessnut app either. But I feel like the Chess Connect app is just a little bit cleaner, I guess, because it's just straight to the board. But let's have a look at your game. Good morning, DH Germany. Welcome. I am not, but thank you very much. Let's have a look. No? Are you sure? Because I'm happy to have a look. All right, I'll have a look at it later. We won't show it on stream. That's fine. All right. So yeah, as I was saying, look, we all have bad runs here and there. This one here, we've got 4 losses in a row. Not proud of that. I mean, the 2 here, when the first one was playing 90, 97, 96, 97% accuracy the whole time, there's not really much you can do about that. The person down here was playing 94%. Let me just have a quick look at this one, refresh my memory on this one. I think this one just had a really good game. Yeah. Yeah, you can see the eval bar. It's just equal the whole time. And then I finally make an error at the end. Yeah, it was just one of those days where there was just nothing that could be done. We have a look at the eval bar here as well. I think this one was also very, very equal right up until when I cracked a bit. Actually, I was winning for some of it too. So yeah. And I mean, that's going to happen when you play against somebody who's played 96% every game. And then when you go to play your games against people, you get a bit overwhelmed. So I think when you get a bit overwhelmed like that, it's time to put the board down, take a break, reset, and come back when you're feeling in a better zone. Otherwise, had I have kept playing after these, BWK, welcome, hello.
But if you want to play on stream sometime, I'm game.
Yeah, we can. I am going to focus on puzzles though, just to get warmed up for this morning. And then I'll be playing rated games to try and get my rating back above 1800. Because believe it or not, believe it or not, a lot of people get very judgmental when they see my rating. Even though they're just seeing what it is today, I haven't seen what it was back here when I was in form. Look at this. Look at that. That's where I want to be. I want to be back in this form here. A couple of ups and downs, but then peaking at, you can't see that on stream, but it's 1941. And then life happened, and I went crashing down, and then I tried to get back into it, and then life happened again, and now here we are. I don't add people I've never met before on Discord, sorry. Alright, let's get into the puzzle rush. Now I'm going to do the first 20 or 30 on the board. On the screen, my apologies. And then we'll turn on the board. I do have the board charging at the moment because I just got here and I just plugged it in, so I'm not sure how much life it has in it. But it's still going for the charge now. The pieces are mostly charged. Not fully, but here's what it is. By the way, stream schedule for this week. Monday, Tuesday, so today and tomorrow. Regular time. And then Wednesday, I actually have a few business meetings I have to go to. So I won't be able to get on that day. Thursday, Friday are hopeful, but it depends how busy I am. Because next week, I won't be streaming. Because I'll actually be going over to Asia. So I do have a lot of interesting content lined up for when I'm over there. So make sure, if you haven't already, hit subscribe on YouTube. I will try to stream while I'm over there. However, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to, depending on where I go. And also, I'm not sure about the data. Good morning, Benny. Welcome. So, yeah, a lot planned for the next couple of weeks. But yeah, unfortunately, won't be able to do my regular morning streams. Although, I do still plan to do streams if I can. So it will pretty much be a case of, depending on where I am, what type of data I can get, all that good stuff.
Oh, I ordered some mesh pencil holders, white and black, that should fit in the pouch in the Chessnut Go holder. Don't want those pieces floating around together in the pouch.
That's a really good idea. And it's a really budget-friendly idea too. And you're not the first one to do something like that either. I've noticed a lot of other people went down that path as well. Me personally, I don't really take my go out that much, so because I don't go out much. But if I did, I was definitely going to get some sort of mesh pouch as well. And how's everyone been with their training, by the way? We got a few people in here. I picked up, recommended by somebody else the other day, I picked up a new book. I got it as an ebook instead of a hard copy because I am going overseas, and that way I can use it on my laptop while I'm traveling around. I picked up Move by Move, Paul Morphy. Very very enjoyable. It is somewhat a little bit difficult when somebody asks you a question and you have an answer and they're like, well, this is the correct answer. You go, oh. I didn't look at it that way. So I'm looking at this move here. He goes here, and then what? And then what? I can't go there and I can't go here. What am I missing here? I'm missing something. What am I missing? I'm missing drinking the coffee. I think that's what I'm missing. So next week, flying to Asia. Hopefully I can get some streaming in while I'm over there. Yeah, it's
I'm still scared to play rated right now on chess.com. I had a run where I was playing great and got my rapid rating up to almost 1500, but I'm playing really bad right now.
I think what you need to remember is if you can achieve that rating, then you are that good. And it just comes down to your mindset. If you feel like you're not a 1500, then you won't be a 1500. But if you feel like you are a 1500, then you'll get back there. Switching to an e-board, you're gonna have that fear straight away. So maybe play some unrated games or casual games, or maybe create a Lee Chess account and practice on there first, just to get warmed up, get used to that feeling of playing over the board rather than playing online, because online is very different. Online, we can kind of cheat ourselves with our calculation. We can draw lines. We can do stuff like, if I go here, they take, that's no good. But when you're playing over the board, you're not drawing lines. You have to do everything in your head. Not only that, you also have to move your opponent's pieces. So yeah, so your Lee Chess account is underrated, because a 1600 on Lee Chess is not a 1500 on chess.com. I think a 1600 on Lee Chess is pretty much the starting rating. So I would say 17 to 1800 Lee Chess would be about 1500 on chess.com. What is the move here and why am I stuck? Is it queen here and then rook here? Check, move, And then he's out of checks because his pawn is here. That's what I'm thinking here. And that's what puzzles sometimes come down to, like, why is this one piece here? This piece makes all the difference. If this piece wasn't here, what are we doing? 1700 leeches. So now I go here, and then he has to go up. And then I can bring the rook back. Yeah, that's alright, that's alright. Elite Chess is very funny in that regard because their ratings are significantly off. I used to know people who would brag about their rating, and then you find out it's a Elite Chess rating. Yeah, never mind. But yeah, no hate on Elite Chess. Elite Chess is a great website, but yeah, there's the whole rating really pumped up kind of ruins it a little bit. It's just like FIDE. FIDE pumped up lower rated players' ratings. I mean, it helped me get a new personal best, but I didn't earn it. Yeah, Elite Chess overrates people. I could tell people I'm a 2000 rated player. I could tell them I'm a 2100. But yeah, then once they find out it's Elite Chess, suddenly it's no longer a 2100. And yeah, like you said, people at
people on chess.com are incredibly strong at 14 to 1500.
Yeah. When you look at it, if you're playing in 1600 on Elite Chess and then you switch over to chess.com, the players are going to be a lot stronger because the rating system is just inflated. What am I doing here? So we got this move here. That's always a move in these puzzles.
Do you know any apps or website that is better /best at rating players accurately?
No. That reminds me. Let me just see if I can bring it up. Let's see if we can see this one in here. Can we see that? Let me see. Okay, well, I was going to try and show you a rating test and how inaccurate it can be, because I used that website the other day because it's on the Chess Connect app, so I tried it out and it said do a rating test, and I played one game and it said I was 1400. I went, okay. So I played another game and it said I was 1600. It's like, that's a bit better. And then I played another game and I played different openings each game. And one game it said I was 2400. And then you really got to ask the question. It's giving you a rating prediction, but what's it basing that rating off? Don't worry about the website. Do not worry about that website. Because it's giving me a different rating every time. One of the games that I played, it gave me a rating of 1600. I loaded the game into an engine, and both myself and the engine both played perfectly for the rating test. Game rating of a 2400, 95% accuracy each. So why is it telling me I'm a 1600? And then you got to ask the question, what type of rating is it comparing me to? Is it chess.com? Is it Lichess? Is it FIDE? Is it a national rating like USCF or ACF? There are all these different rating systems out there. And then you've got to remember that the rating system is based off the pool of players. So if we all play in a room and we're all very strong, we could all have low ratings because we're just playing against each other. This is our pool of players. So you can't just give a rating and say, here's my rating, this is how good I am. I would say if you wanted a clean measure of skill, FIDE. FIDE rating would probably be the best bet, because when you play a FIDE game, one, it's very unlikely that people are cheating. Two, the people you are playing, it's more than likely that they care about their rating and their performance. So you're not going to get these nonsense games, these silly traps, all this weird stuff going on. You're not going to have people cheating. You're not going to have people phoning a friend. So I would say FIDE is the best indicator. But you also have to remember that FIDE players may not get to play as often. Now I'm 1700 FIDE, and I only get to play in one tournament a year. So what's my rating truly at? So yeah, to answer your question, which website? Just stick to one, whatever one you go for. Chess.com, stick to it. Yeah, we don't get to play many tournaments. So in Australia, there are not many tournaments. Tournaments happen mostly in the school holidays. You might be able to get to go to a club. Now, to give you an idea, my club is about a half-hour drive away. Not too far, but in order to drive to that club, like, you have to spend an hour of your evening each week. And a lot of people don't have time to commit to going to a club for 3 or 4 hours a night every week, plus travel time. And that's me driving. What about people who have to take public transport? They could be taking 2 hours to get to the club. Any tips for an under 1600 player? Depends where your under 600 is. Is it chess.com or Lichess? Is it Rapid, Blitz, or Bullet? Yeah, and then the tournaments that are on once a year. There's one tournament that I would travel to each year. It would go for 4 days and it would go over the Easter long weekend. Now, the problem with traveling to this tournament is you have to travel, which means that you've got to pay for travel expense. And then you've got to pay for accommodation, which is going to hit you about $200 a night over 4 or 5 nights. And then entry fee, which is only $150. And you may even have to take time off work to get there. So you could be giving up between $1,000 to $2,000 just to play in a tournament. I would say most people will be giving up around the lower end there. But for me, I can drive to it. It only takes about 4 hours to drive there. But for some people, they're actually catching a plane. They're traveling to get there. So it gets quite pricey. So when you look at a FIDE rating for an Australian player, could that actually be a couple of hundred points lower than a FIDE rating for a US player? I would like to pretend that it would be. And that way I can call myself a 1900 instead of a 1700. But I know that's not true. But big long rant. Yes, of course. I would say when I was younger and I used to play in tournaments, seeing a grandmaster at a tournament would be a big treat. These days, you get a lot of IMs and FMs at tournaments. More FMs locally.
So unfortunately chess is quite inaccessible, if you want to play it seriously, not just online. That is unfortunate.
It is. That's why I got the board, so I can play my online games like I'm playing a tournament game. Can you see it there? I've actually got my Chessnut Pro just over there. That's my tournament emulator. But yeah, it is a case of tournaments are very, very difficult. I used to do shift work, hospitality, and that meant that every long weekend or public holiday was very busy. So getting time off was very difficult, and unfortunately, that conflicted with major tournaments. So sadly, I spent the last 15 to 20 years not participating in tournaments, and it's only in the last couple of years that I sort of got back into it. So we've got a fork here, so if I push, they take, I take, they take, I take, they take, I take. That seems good. But yeah, getting back into it now. Like I said, I've only played one tournament this year, and we're already halfway through the year. Oops. I did want to play more tournaments. Maybe I should look up and see if there's a tournament while I'm in Asia that I can play in. It would be good to go into one, especially one that's international. I mean, the good thing about tournaments, though, is if you can't play in many of them, then you've got all the time to prepare for them. But the bad thing is, if you want to get better at the game, you need to be playing stronger people, and you need to be playing in a serious environment. And there's nothing more serious than a tournament game. So I would definitely recommend joining a club if you want to get better. It doesn't matter what your level is. If you're brand new to the game, people at clubs are usually pretty friendly. I mean, we do have to remember that you're always going to run into that odd person here or there who isn't quite welcoming. But I found that social groups, especially chess clubs, have been pretty enjoyable to participate in. And I would definitely recommend, if you've got a club near you, that you definitely join it. Stonefrog, where are you from? Whereabouts are you in the States? Alright, I think we can turn on the board maybe after this one. Now, this looks okay. If they take here, we can go here. New England. How far is that from New York? Because when I look at the map, it's like... Pichu, welcome. So yeah, as I was saying, that looks good if the pawn capturing was the only option, but the queen captures, so it's not good. So we look for something different. We've got queen attack. They can go here, and then we have this move. Queen attack. They can go here. Oh geez, that's a bit
I hate when the pieces fight, I just wish they could kiss.
That's a different game for sure. Yeah, 3 hours drive. So that's a bit far. That's a bit far. But New York has a lot of tournaments, and I think a 3 hour drive, and then an evening in New York would be quite fun. And if I was that sort of distance, I would definitely be doing a 3 hour drive to New York to play in one of their nice tournaments, because they've got a lot of venues set up there. So everyone's saying bishop g4. They love their bishop g4. It is a check. And if the pawn blocks, we take. And then pawn blocks, and then we still get this. Which is good. Now what if they move? Whoops, can't draw lines. I'm going to turn the board on after this one. And what if they move here? Well, then we've got queen here or here. Don't know which one, but that looks pretty good. Do we need the board on for this one? Yeah, let's turn the board on for this one. I'm sure a few of you will, whoops. Everyone's good enough for a tournament, don't tell yourself otherwise. The only thing about tournaments is you're not there to win the tournament. You are not there to win the tournament. You are there to beat only one person, and that person is your previous self. So when you go to a tournament, you have a look at where you're rated in the field, and your only job in that tournament is to beat the rating or the ranking that you're at. So if you go to a tournament and you're an unrated player, well, all you need to do is just perform better than last place. That's all you got to do. You don't need to win the tournament. You're not going to win the tournament. If you're 1500, you're not going to win the tournament, and that's fine. But you need to go there, and you need to be doing your best game, trying to beat people who are stronger than you. That's all it is. My best tournament that I had was the zonal tournament, and this was a tournament where people could actually get titles depending on how well they played. Let me just set this up nice and comfortable. The first couple of turns each day will usually knock pieces all over the board. All right, so I played in a zonal tournament, and I was starting rank out of 300 people, 400 people, 400 people. I was ranked 300. So I was in the bottom 25%. All I had to do was be better than that. That tournament, 9 rounds or 11 rounds. I think it was 9 rounds. 9 rounds. That tournament, 8 out of 9 players were higher rated than me. Oh, thank you for the follow, by the way. 8 out of 9 players were higher rated than me. and I scored 4 out of 9, beating a 2000 rated player. That put me in the around the 50% mark at the end of the tournament. And, you know, would I say that I was not good enough for that tournament? Probably. But I got a lot from it. It is, yeah, it's black to move. Okay, so what I got from this one was attack the queen. The queen is defending the bishop. The queen will move here, and then the rook will come up, attacking the queen again. Queen moves here, and then the pawn will come up. Now the queen can't take the bishop because the bishop is defended by the rook. So what everyone else got? No one said anything yet, so I'm going to assume that's right. If you're just joining us today, we're going to be doing a couple of puzzles. And then who's Wally? And then I'm going to get into some rapid games. Got to get that rating back up.
So could it well be that there are people out there that would definitely have a title for their actual level, but don't have one just because they can't afford or reach enough tournaments?
100%. There's actually IM level or IM players who are GM strength. Who simply are still IM because they can't afford to do that tournament grind. Because to get to a GM norm, you have to play in very strong tournaments. And sometimes that will involve a lot of money invested. And people just can't afford it. Now, I'm not saying that all players who are not titled deserve a title. But there are definitely some who could be FM or even IM strength who can't get their title because they can't travel. So I actually knew a guy who didn't get his FM title until the later stages in his life. Hobby, thank you for the follow. Didn't get his FM title until the later stages in life. And then you know, he trains a lot. He trains a lot. But the finances of playing in tournaments is very difficult as well. So how do you balance? How do you justify playing in some tournaments? you know, and it's a case of like, you know, I feel like if tournaments were a little bit more accessible, we would have a lot more interesting characters out there. And I think people playing in tournaments, especially stronger players, is great for the game. But where's the incentive? Where's the incentive? Somebody's already got their IM title. Where's the incentive to give up a full weekend to travel to an event, to play in an event, spend thousands of dollars and not be guaranteed at recovering your money? Not winning money, but just recovering. This one's black to move. That's why I'm a huge fan of sponsorships in tournaments. I'm a huge advocate for bringing value to people. So bishop takes e4. They have to block. Bishop takes e4. They block with the bishop, you take with the pawn, they take with the rook, and then rook goes up. Okay. Check, take, and then exploiting the pin. Looks pretty good. This one's going to be black to move again. I'm looking at bishop b2. No, I'm looking at bishop b1. Rook b1, not bishop. Rook b1, king moves up, rook b2. Yes, because my first instinct was to go here. They can actually go here. And then if the pawn pushes, they can actually get behind the pawn. But then we can push anyway. Check. And then we win the queen. But here, then we promote and we keep the rook for the knight. But here, they actually have to go back. And then we can trade, and then we can push. And there's not really any way the knight can get in there. So if we go here, up, back. Knight goes here. Take. Pawn goes here. Knight goes there, and then queen. Why not get a regular board and move the pieces myself? Do you mean like that one? That one there is the Chessnut Pro.
Why not get a regular board and move the pieces yourself?
So I've got a regular board and I can move the pieces myself, but I've also got a moving board.
Damn bro, that's a nice board. Is it DGT board?
That one's the Chessnut Pro. It's very similar. It's a electronic board. It's got the magnets in there.
Because he could have.
All right, settle down now. Look at you guys getting the VIP tour. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, so this one here is promoting the queen. Is that an auto camera? That's a Osmo Pocket. So it's got a little gimbal on there. I think any puzzle where the pawn is missing here and the king is undefended, I'm not ignoring it. I see it.
Ignore that comment.
Never. So yeah, I think this one here, queen takes. Yeah, I mean, you look into it all you want, but I think it's just going to be a case of the pawn moves up. We take. And I think blocking with a knight here is the right way to go. Knight takes e8 checkmate. Knight takes e8 checkmate. Oh, knight takes e8 checkmate. But we're in check. This one's white to move. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Please, please. I think we're close. I think we're close. So we got that one. We could look at that one as well, but doesn't really have anything after that.
I'll go how the board rearranging and I'll add just for M2.
So, yeah, we don't know what the puzzle's going to be until it's already set up. Practicing it over the board, you will get occasional mate in 1, mate in 2s pop up around the level 34 mark. Not too often, but they do pop up from time to time. That's why for the first 20 to 25, I usually do them straight away, because I don't know if you can see it on the screen there, if you can squint a little bit, but that's a checkmate in 1. This one was a checkmate in 1 as well. I think they were all checkmate in 1 up until about 9, and then it got to a checkmate in 2. My elo, you missed my big rant about that. Several different elos. 1700 FIDE. Yes, it is compatible with Lichess. And I'll probably switch to Lichess and start doing Puzzle Streak instead of Puzzle Rush, because, like you said, like the maiden 2 was a bit too basic, whereas on lead chess the puzzle streak seems a little bit more realistic, so I think I might change it. So yeah, Queen d5 definitely looks like the one. Queen d5, he has to go up or here. So if he goes here, we've got checkmate. And if he goes here, it's also checkmate. So we'll just double check this here. We don't have a checkmate from there. 100%. 5,334 problems, combinations, and games. It's a good book. I've only got this far through it. But it's a good solid book, and this is one that I recommend to a lot of people who are struggling with finding checkmating patterns. They get pretty unrealistic at times, and it will do your head in just trying to find Maiden 2. And Maiden 2 is actually like one of my most hated problem solvings. And I don't mean Maiden 2 chess.com, I mean Maiden 2 in that book there. Yeah, stay away from that side, Stone Frog. I don't know much about it, so I can't endorse it. But it's in the Chess Connect app. That was the one that I did several tests on there to see what my rating level was, and it gave me between 1400 and 2400. So I don't. That seemed a bit strange to me. I'm a serious player, yeah. Not a good player, but a serious one. This one's black to move. Fun fact though, I didn't buy that book. It just so happened somebody in my local area on Facebook, they posted that they were learning chess, and they bought this book, and then the person sent them 2 copies instead of 1. So they asked if anyone wanted it, and I was like, I will take it. Not knowing that it was probably one of the best books that you could get. Yeah, missing mate is huge. I think the point of the whole maiden 2s is not to always find checkmate, but it's just such a great way to build your calculation. Well, I think mate in 5. I think yeah. Look, that's definitely a calculation one as well for sure. But the mate in 2s that we're talking about are very unrealistic mate in 2s, which make you think outside the box. And when you're thinking outside the box, you're getting very creative with how you're looking at stuff. Yeah. I agree with that.
Tactics books honestly to me are more about pattern recognition. Not like I learn more from solving all of them.
Yeah, it definitely builds on the pattern recognition, but also sometimes you'll come across tactics depending on your skill level that you may never have even heard of. And when you come across a tactic that you've never heard of and then you learn it, it just unlocks so much more to the game. This one's black to move. I'll give you an example. When I learnt about weak squares, that changed my game. Something that I never had any concept of was how you can weaken your own squares. And when I learned about weak squares, I was just like, that's changed everything. King takes rook, rook f1, check, king back to e8, not g8. Bishop moves, and then yeah, this is one of those. Yeah, it's strategical once you stop blundering. So let's get there first. Yeah, this is one of those ones like more of a defensive puzzle. Yeah, I feel like it's king takes rook. You're up at full rook. They go to f1, you come back. And I don't see how they make progress here. So I said, important to go back here, because here the square is defended, but here that's checkmate. So I feel like that's all this puzzle was. Bad puzzle. P4 Sangha, hello, welcome. Benny, apologies if I missed one of your messages. I don't know why, but TikTok just stopped coming through. But I hope it's back now. All right, let's have a look. This one is black to move. Yeah, so we've got the queen takes, we win the bishop. And if they go here and they move away, then we simply take the queen. Guys, if you're just joining in, little update. So today I will be streaming today. Probably going to be a bit of a longer stream too, because I'm going to be doing puzzles. Once we finish puzzles, I'm going to get into a few rated games, see how I go from there. Tomorrow, I'll be back. Wednesday, I'll be taking the day off because I've got a couple of meetings to go to. And then Thursday, Friday, depending on how everything is going, I'll be back at this time. Now, I do stream Monday to Fridays at around this time, and occasionally on weekends. That's my schedule. However, next week, I'm flying to Asia for an event. So I will be covering that event on my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe there. And when I post videos, please make sure you like them and say hello. Makes me happy. But yeah, I will be covering a lot from that event. So yeah, I have a lot of plans coming up for the next couple of weeks. I won't spoil any of it, but some of them are huge. And if you're a fan of chess, I think you're going to enjoy these videos. Yeah, it's exciting. In January, I got to go to New York to do some stuff over there. In April, I got to go to the fine city of Canberra, Australia. Not as exciting, but still fun. And then next week, and the couple of weeks after that, I got some cool stuff going on. So yeah, make sure you're following for that kind of stuff. Guys, if you are new here, I'll just pop my website up on screen. Feel free to take a screenshot of that if you want. You can check out that website to see these boards. You can also find my YouTube channel from there as well. Am I better at OTB than online? Yes. Yes, I am.
Are you better at OT than online?
100%. 100%.
Learned more about the smart timer.
Not yet, but I will. I'm going to make it my mission to find out all the info on that I can, and I will let you know. I don't want to speculate on it too much because I don't want to get people's hopes up, but I was looking at it. It looks really cool. I'm going to keep my opinions to myself until I get my hands on one. But as soon as I get my hands on one, you will have access to all the knowledge I do because I'll be sharing it on my channel. Yeah, so I am much better at online play than I am at, I'm much better at over the board than I am at online. Okay, so this is white to move. But when I was looking at black, I noticed this here and I was like, that's gotta be bad. Yeah. So yeah, just a quick checkmate in 3. If he goes here, it's actually checkmate in 2. And if he goes here, then it's check, and then if he blocks, then the bishop can come in. It's a check, and the queen is hitting the square here, and the king is blocked in. Elo, 1700 feet A. I'll use my over the board rating. Wow, I always get those ones wrong. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? I didn't even look at the screen. I just assumed I was right and just kept playing it. Huh? Oh, I didn't look at queen here. I didn't look at queen here. Okay, let's figure this one out. So I didn't... There it is. I meant to go this way. I feel like this is one that I've done incorrectly a lot. I always look at the wrong path, and I always forget about the queen blocking. I feel like I need to go and do this puzzle 150 times just to drill it out. Yeah, so here he goes back, I go up, or if he goes here, I go up, and it's checkmate. Clumsy me. Apologies. But that's alright, because we do need to make sure we've got time for games today as well.
The hallmark of a great chess player is immediately wanting to understand and review.
You know what? When I was a 1600 player, just returning to tournament play, I managed to get myself up to 1900 by reviewing every game, win, lose, or draw. It's something I don't do too much on stream, but it's something that I should do. In fact, I was actually going to do a big long stream yesterday, but unfortunately I was unable to get here. I was going to do a big long 8-hour stream of playing and reviewing. And if you don't believe me, I can prove it because I've got the thumbnail for it. Hold on. I gotta prove myself here. Are we ready to see the thumbnail? Let me just get it. Let me get the thumbnail. You can appreciate the greatness of the thumbnail. Is that not the coolest thumbnail you've ever seen for a live stream? I'm not moving on until somebody compliments it. In fact, I'm just going to get a drink. 1 sec. Just good lighting, what can I say? Or it's terrible lighting here. That's what I really look like. Don't let the live video fool you. We're going back to 1800. All right. Yep, everything's edited, and then there's the authentic me on the screen. Alright, let's have a look at this one. So it's made in 4. So rook takes rook, king takes rook, queen takes pawn, king up, and then king there. So this is what I got. So take, check, move up, and then check. 1, 2, 3. Who said made in 4? Somebody said made in 4. Yeah, mate. You play the games, you get the gains. What can I say? Alright, so take. Okay, because you can go there as well. But then it's take, that's just checkmate in 2. So 1, 2, 3. Unless I'm missing something. This one's going to be black to move. Yeah, mate in 4 is where both players move. Well, it's where one player moves a piece each time. So it's actually called a ply, P-L-Y. 1 ply for white and 1 for black equals 1 move. So for this one here, it's black to move. What's the move, by the way? Well, we got 3 attackers. They got 3 defenders. So bishop takes and bishop takes. That would be 1 move, because the bishop moving is 1 ply, and the bishop moving is 1 ply. 1 plus 1 equals 2, which equals 1 move. So 1 ply, 1 ply, 2 ply, 2 ply, 3 ply, 3 ply, 4 ply. So we've got 4 moves. Oh, I thought that got me wrong then. I thought that got it wrong the way it made that noise. Let's just quickly have a look at that. So I did miss this move here because I was too busy talking about the art of the ply. But take, and then here. So king goes here. Bishop takes. You have to take with the rook. Because if you take with the queen, they can come down for checkmate. So bishop takes, rook takes, queen takes. Queen comes down, hitting the king. The king was already over here, by the way. And then the king can move across, and the queen protects. Yeah, that was all good. But I thought I got that wrong when it cut the puzzle short. White to move. Chessmind. Is that Chessmind AI? Yeah, I mean, I'm very skeptical of sites that say AI in them. Oh, free. I'm not skeptical of free. Free is good. I thought that was it. I thought take, check here. I didn't see a problem. I just come back here and I'm up a rook. So this is what I thought. Okay. He's not forced to take. That's a good point. Yeah, that's true. He's not forced to take. Moves the king, and then what? The queen is just here. So the correct move was here. And then there's nothing wrong here. Yeah, so just win the bishop. I was just blinded by that. Alright, let's lock in. Made in 3. Okay. So this one here, got to be mindful of that checkmate as well. couple of ways to go about this one, but I think this one here, check, and then bishop here, and then takes, and then here it's just it. I mean, other ways to look at it was here, and then they go here, and then you go here, and then they go here, and then you go here, but here runs into here, and then it just gets a bit complicated on where to go from there. So yeah, check, up, what did I say, bishop takes, so the rook is covering these two squares, the bishop is covering these ones, and the queen is covering these ones, so they have to take, and then the queen takes. That seems good.
OTB seems so much better. I don't have access to being away from home for long. Seems like there are much more quick players than good players online.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of people memorize their openings. I think a lot of people memorize openings and they just smash out the openings really quick. Whereas when over the board, like, people take their time a lot more. But yeah, I think the game has changed a lot in the last 20 years with the inclusion of websites like Chessable and stuff, where there's a huge focus on memorizing the opening and displaying it really quick. And now when I go to tournaments, like, a lot of, especially younger players, they know all this opening theory. When I was a kid playing, we didn't know any opening theory. We just played. We looked at the game, and we worked it out during the game. And I think that's one thing that over the board has that online doesn't, is people will stop and look at the position. Like, I've actually learned openings from over the board games where I play the move, my opponent plays a move, and then I have to figure out what he's doing, what his plan is, what's going on, what do I do in response, what do I put myself into if I play certain moves. So yeah, I feel like you actually learn a lot just from playing. I'd like to thank the Australian government for just notifying me that I have to give them money. Today's stream, proudly presented by the Australian government. Yeah, it's what's my best puzzle rush? 68. Take, check, take. Let's have a look. Well, first I need to spin the board around, so I'm looking from the right point of view. So I'm still looking from Wide's point of view. I don't know why, but looking at that straight away, devastating. But we need to find a way out for. Okay, knight takes pawn. It's check, and then king has a few squares he can go to. No, he doesn't. Is that? Oh, yes, he does. He's got two squares he can go to. 43. It's a tough one. Yeah, so I think some people are saying wins the bishop, so here it attacks the bishop, but I'm worried about knight here, that we get a royal fork. So yeah, the queen a5 idea. Ah, there it is, there it is. So I was looking at this one here with the queen a5, worried about the fork, get rid of the fork. And then we've got queen a5 next. So yeah, okay, so takes, and then takes. Guys, if you are new here, welcome. We are doing Puzzle Rush, and then after this we'll be doing, why'd my phone turn off? And then we'll be doing some games, some rated games, trying to get back to 1800. If you are new here, please feel free to follow and do subscribe on YouTube. Over the next week, we'll be streaming. And then, oh, what is this puzzle? First, let's turn it around. So it's wide to move. I'm really liking king to f6. Still liking king to f6, so king to f6, preventing him from going here. King to f6, if rook goes here, the queen covers this square, so the rook can come up, and if he takes, we take, knight blocks, and then it's checkmate, that's fine. So if he comes here, we go up, and then the queen is just too far out of play. Yeah, I calculated this one first. This is the first move. This kind of just looked logical to me. The king is in such an odd spot. I noticed that the queen didn't really have any checks, and it just prevents the king from moving up here. So that was the first move I looked at to see if we could get checkmate on the next turn. And then after he goes here, then we got here to get rid of that problem there. So that's what I found. Elo 1700 FIDE. Okay, I did miss something in my calculation. I did miss that the queen can come up and defend, but that's okay, because after here, the queen comes up to defend, the rook is actually pinned, we can still take here, king goes there, and then queen comes up here for checkmate. We have a lot of people who come in and ask what the ELO is, and then they never talk again. And it makes me wonder, what is a respectable ELO? What do I need to be at for people to go ooh and stay? Black to move. Fine, I'll get a title. Would candidate master be enough? Tell them I'm 300. That'll do it. I'll try that next time. See if we can get a response. Okay. So, I am a little bit drawn to this move here. Now the follow-up is going to be bishop here, threatening checkmate. And the move then is to push the pawn to use the bishop to defend the square. And then after rook takes, queen here, attacking the bishop and the rook. And
I was 166 previously before my last tournament.
And where are you now? Where are you now? 167. Let's go. I think that's it. At least I hope that's it.
What's your level?
300. Let's see if that worked. Okay. Oh, I wanted to go bishop takes and then rook up here, but then I noticed there was a pin, but we'll see if it still works. Looks like my 300 elo didn't impress. Okay, so it does still work. Bishop takes, king here, queen here, king takes, queen here is checkmate because of this little pattern here. But we need to explore the other ideas. So if he goes down here, we've got check, and then checkmate. That's fine. And if he goes here, we've got checkmate. So I think that's all good. It looks good, but is it good? It must be good. Yep. Yep, that's what we got. This one's black to move. Bishop f5 looks really good. So material down a rook for a bishop. Thank you for the follow. Moto. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is bishop here, king here, rook goes in straight line, and then king here. That doesn't seem too appealing though. So there's got to be better. Okay. Instead of rook here, we could go knight here, threatening the fork. Croat, this is the Chessnut move. Pop that website on screen for you now if you want. You can go to the site. It's got links to all their boards, and I've also done reviews and tutorials on my main channel that you can check out.
I honestly think you are much higher than your Chessnut.com rating. It just takes forever to progress on there, cheaters and such every other game.
You know what? I agree. There's a few things that keep me held down a little bit. One is time, because it takes a long time to get that rating up. Two is cheaters, fair play. That is a huge one that always plays in my mind. And it plays in my mind a little bit more than it should. Because, you know, it's there. It's there. We had one on the stream like a week ago. You know, it happens, and it's ruined the game. It really has. It's ruined the game, and unfortunately they're not really doing much about it. So cheaters keep me down. But when I went to New York and I played in a not a competitive scene, but I played in a very dedicated club, and I played against somebody who was 2100, and we were having very strong games against each other. We were both winning, we were both losing, we were drawing. I think the score was 1.5 to 2.5, and yeah, it was just a case of Yeah, time pressure. Time pressure is another one because I play over the board. I do play a little bit slower. Dirt, what's your rating? Oh. Development issues for me. I'm the king of development. All right, let's quickly have a look at that one because I think I talked myself out of the right move here. Yeah, we can be friends. I just didn't see anything after here. What do we got next? E3? Oh, because the bishop is protecting. Too much talking. Too much talking. Yeah, I was just looking at the knight doing that, and yeah, quitting bullet is probably the best thing you can do. Probably the best thing that you can do. Because yeah, just playing bullet games, you don't get the best move, they don't get the best move. So like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let me just clear that screen. There we go. So here we have games from the other night. I was playing on my phone. I was like, you know what? I'm going to impress the people. We're going to come back on Monday, and I'm going to be 1900. And I lost a game, and then I won a game, and then I lost a game, 94.2% accuracy, and then I lost a game against a 96.8 accuracy, and then he challenged me again and he did 96.1% accuracy, and then I lost another game to a 90% accuracy. I felt like I was playing well in all the games, but I just couldn't find a way, and then eventually they just broke me. So yeah, I've been playing a few bullet games too. They've been a little bit of fun, but I think it's time to try to get that rating back to 1800. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to play some games. I think that's the way to go. Oh, we can make this a little bit bigger actually. There we go. There we go. We're going back. Oh wait, can we make it bigger? No, we can't. No, we can't. Never mind. We'll keep it here. So we're going back to 1800. Let me just make sure all my messages are coming through. Guys, I do apologize if some messages aren't coming through. Durian, thank you for the follow.
Almost thought that was General Zot.
Played like him. He just played like him. They were just instant moves really fast. And I was just like, what is going on? But yeah, no, it was, you know what? And he challenged me to a second game. So I accepted the second game. Then he challenged me to a third game, but I was a little bit tilted. And I said, no, I should have kept going. But yeah, it's, we're going to do it now. We're going to go back to 1800. Let me just reset the board. Guys, if you are new here while the board sets itself up, oops, feel free to check out my website. From there you can get links to my main channel. Also, make sure you hit follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. This week we'll be streaming Monday, Tuesday. So today's Monday for me. It could be Sunday for you. And Thursday, Friday. Wednesday off. Got some stuff to do that day in preparation for my trip next week. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel because I will be doing a lot of videos while I am overseas. Some exciting stuff coming up. Very chess related too. It's not just going to be random videos of me walking around the streets drinking coffee, although I will be walking around the streets drinking coffee a lot. There will be a lot of chess related stuff over there. All right. Red Panda, good morning. Welcome.
Hope stream's going well.
Stream is going very well. We are only 47 for the puzzle rush. Not my greatest, but a lot of talking. So yeah, guys, as I said, now it's time to get back to 1800 after that terrible losing streak the other night. Hopefully I can do it. Now, with these games, I won't be reading chat while I'm playing these games. So please feel free to leave messages. I may read them, but please don't shout out any moves because, you know, each person's game should be a journey of their own. So yeah, let's crush. But yeah, no helping in the chat. I know it might feel nice to help, but I think it's better not to help because then that way I'm forced to sort of find stuff on my own. But we will be reviewing each game after, and we're going to try and review correctly. I just found out the other day that you can actually turn off the analysis lines, but you can leave the bar on, so that will be incredibly helpful. Thank you for Red Panda Chess on YouTube for showing that in one of his videos. I don't know how to do it, but I'll figure it out. All right, let's get into the games. We're going to go 15 plus 10. And yeah, like I said, I will read chat from time to time, but please do not post any moves in there. Oh, I forgot to turn the ratings off too. That's all right. Okay, I think my board is connected. Yeah, they definitely do. It's definitely I mean, if I wasn't playing over the board, I'd probably have positive time too. But I feel like it's just a case of we're not really thinking about the moves. We're both just sort of autopiloting it. I'm trying to think about the moves a little bit more this game, trying to get a better understanding of what's going on. Yeah, I think that's another thing that I find challenging is that everyone else is moving so quick, so I'm pretty much burning all my time before they get to theirs. I probably made a few mistakes here. Probably taking that pawn was a bit of a mistake. Although I'm just completely fascinated about this weakening here and trying to look for ways to exploit it. But we'll talk about that more in the game review. Rook here. Takes. Check. Here. Check. Here. Check. here, takes. Rook here, takes. Check, takes. Check. Here, check. Here doesn't work, so he has to go here. And then check. Whoops. Check. He can block. So it doesn't quite work. Check. Here. Check. Takes. Check. Here. Check. Blocks. Lose. Here. 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 No, I don't think it works. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. So I looked at this. He could still go back. I looked at this. Obviously, if he pushes, I think that's a mistake. But I have sacrificed a rook, so I couldn't find it. Let me just have a read of chat.
Hi bro, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, it's going to take a while to learn over the board chess if you're used to playing on a screen. Make sure you analyze the rook sack after. Yeah, for sure. I think I had a win too. I think if I had more time, I would have found it. So here, I can't move the bishop because it's protecting the rook, and I can't move the rook here because the bishop is attacking there. I can't get the queen here or here because of this knight. So this seems like the only move. And then he goes here, which is fine. And now, here. If I go here, he goes here. And I'm not sure if I can find a way to get compensation for giving up the rook and the knight. That was my idea here. So if I push, and he took, and I took, this would have been amazing, but I don't think he's going to take. So push, knight takes. Yeah, I'm coming up for win here for sure, because if he goes back here, I go here. The pawns are blocking, the queen is protecting the rook, even though the bishop is there. Yeah, and the rook is covering this square here, so if I went here, but that's hope chess, and I don't want to play hope chess. I don't want to play hope chess when I'm down a rook and a knight. And I could save the knight, but then I'm just down a rook, and my sacrifice was for nothing. So if I go here and he goes here, I can't go here because of the knight. If I go here and he goes here, I can go here, push, and I take. How do I analyze this now? Self-analyze. So I want to keep the engine on, but I want to turn the lines off. How do I turn the lines off? Panda, are you there?
Hi bro.
Hello Joe, welcome. Panda, I saw in one of your videos you were able to turn off the engine lines. I'm only seeing 1 to 5, and I can't turn the threads to 0. Oh, engine off. But does that keep the eval bar on? No. All right, well, let's have a look at it without the engine. Maybe Panda can show me how to do that later. Oh, but it's not in this tab. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm well, Joe. Thank you. How are you? Hi, can I play? Not well, not well. Above the move, slider above the move. So I'm clicking that one, and I've got engine off, but that turns the engine off completely. Oh, by the way, we gained points on that game, so, you know, we're back. Not the speed we want to be at, but yeah, we're definitely on that grind back. I think I need maybe another 40 or 50 draws against higher rated players, and we'll be back to 1800. Okay, I can't find it, so I'm just going to review the game without the engine on. If anyone wants to help me here by turning their engine on, they can tell me when a move... Oh, there we go. When the eval bar drops significantly, a move number, I can check that out. But okay, so straight away, I don't want to take, I don't want to give up the center. I know he's going to go aggressive on the queen side. And I'm just going for this Collie Zukertort setup. Now, he plays here. Now, I think in the Collie Zukertort, I think you're meant to abandon it here and simply push here. But I'm not sure about that one. So push here. But in saying that, I'm not sure if that's the move, because we got the pawn here. If the pawn was back here and something else was played instead, then maybe I would have pushed here. But with the pawn here, I didn't want to get into complications of a mass trade-off and then trading the queens. Bit of pressure on here. The pawn is pinned. Bring the bishop here to defend the pawn. This move struck me as really, 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 really strange. I get it. He wants to take the center. I get it. But it also is so weakening. I decide to resolve this pin, and he takes. I don't know if he should have taken or not. I think he should have gone back, and the fact that he's got this square open for the bishop may have been a huge advantage. So maybe he should have gone back, because if he goes here, I go here, he goes here. Now he's replaced his pawn with a mega pawn, and then he can get his knight maybe over here, would be my understanding. So I feel like that's not correct. Hello, Joe. So take. I never push that f7 pawn unless I have a rook behind it. But even then, it's risky.
I never push that f7 pawn unless I have a rook behind it. But even then, it's risky.
Yeah, it is risky. I mean, once you learn the openings that work with the f7 push, like the stone wall or something like that, I would say staying away from it would be a very good idea.
Black is playing some horrible chess.
I don't know if I should feel good about that or not, considering I drew the game. Strange move, but I don't have my bishop here. Now, I kept thinking about ideas of pushing in the game and then taking the knight, but then I had to remind myself the bishop was on a different diagonal. Yes, I did have the idea of castling queenside as well. but it just felt safer. Now, this move here is to stop his knight from coming in here. So maybe I played this a little bit too early, and maybe I should have played here first. And so maybe I should have played here first. I completely forgot about this idea that he wants to kick away my knight, my bishop. And I think this comes down to playing on autopilot. So yeah, play there to stop that. So here, I think he could have actually played here now. And where does my bishop go? My bishop goes back. What a horrible spot for the bishop if I want to keep it, because now the queen is here. Mr. Scones, you missed the puzzling, yeah. We only made it to 47 today. I had a few, I don't know, getting the same tactics wrong every time. But Mr. Scones, we got a puzzle coming up for you in this game. So stay by. So yeah, I think that would have been a better move. So I'm finding all the better moves for him. So I think I'm playing all right here. Castling kingside just felt good now. It just felt good. The only other option I had, which could have also been very good, was knight to d2. Knight to d2. Maybe I could have looked at pawn breaks as well. Maybe here. Could have been good, but I still think that opening up before castling might have been bad. Now this move here is probably my mistake, because I knew that with this pawn push here, he wanted to get the center. My idea was something like this. And you can't take the pawn back. What could have been better here? Probably just developing. Just develop. I've got to be mindful of this one. Yes, actually, develop here and then bring the rook across here probably would have been the best. Probably would have been the best alternative. Maybe he could have played here. That didn't seem good. Yeah, so much going on here. I just felt it was right to take. So yeah, maybe going back, maybe knight here, connect the rooks would have been much better. Okay, so here we go. Queen h5 didn't have anything, I don't think, because the bishop was protecting the knight. Oh, okay. So here, he's attacking the rook. So candidate moves here is knight here, defended by the queen. Pawn push. I prefer the knight move, to be honest. Okay, actually, no, I don't. No, I don't. The knight here has queen here, and then they're hitting the knight twice. But the bishop is defending the pawn, so I can move the knight. So once again, I do like the knight there. Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Getting the draw at the end was a good practical decision. I think that your main takeaway from this game should be to focus on your time management.
No, Joe, you're not shadow banned. Yeah, I mean, I had to take the draw at the end because all I could see was hope chess. All I could see was hope chess, and hope chess is not going to get me there.
Gonna have to hard disagree. If you draw this position as white, this is Big L.
Well,
You
I
have
hope
to be killing him here.
I hope you can be a little bit forgiving. So if we look here, all right. There it is. Where is it? So I can't see it. That's the problem. I can't see it. So maybe the rook sack was a bit too much. Okay, so he goes here. Maybe this was just the move. And let's say queen here. I've got knight here, and I should just be winning. What a strong spot for the knight. His knight is terrible. His bishop is undeveloped. He hasn't castled. This bishop protects here, but what if he goes here? That could be a problem. Because I can't go back because he's got the fork. I lose connection with the queen. It goes like, I'll go back here, go here, he just blocks here. Everything is under fire. What else? And if I take, he takes, I take, takes. And I'm down a bishop. Okay. I can just take. Oops. Yeah. Now the king doesn't have to move. I got 2 ways to block it, so the whole line worked. You miss, you could take his rook if he takes your knight. Oh. Okay. And that's GG. Yeah, okay. So let's go back to the so here he could have gone here and I go on here. He moves up. And now I'm actually losing this piece anyway because I can't, well actually I can just defend that way. But even then, I kind of like this. Then I feel like we're getting back into territory that we were in before. Except this time he has this. Wait, I just missed something. I keep missing this. Alright. Okay. Stay hydrated. So I definitely like knight c3 better than c3. But c3 was also a candidate move. If I have it, I don't see it. after king e6 and before. Why am I looking at rook to f7? Rook to f7, king takes, queen here, king there, and then queen up here would be winning. Rook to f7, king takes, queen here, king here, queen here, king back. And I don't think we have enough material anymore to make it happen. I'm not seeing anything from that. Okay. Bishop here takes. The queen doesn't have any good checks. I don't think that's it either. Rook here. Bishop takes. Queen takes. King here. I don't think we have anything good after that either. Rook here, no. Rook here. No. Yeah, Panda, if you're saying there's something other than queen d5, because queen d5 just looks like the natural move to me, that's why I played it in the game. I am down a piece, the knight is under attack as well. So losing, well, getting a draw from here is something. Obviously, if I'm missing a win, then getting a draw is terrible. I also have this move, so I played this one in the game. What if I played here instead? Problem is it's knight. This knight is a killer. So maybe here. Obviously if he pushes, I've got something good. Something good. Something good. Good, 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 good. But he doesn't have to push. He could go here. Now I got here. And if he takes, I go here, and he goes here, and I go here, and he goes here. I don't see a win. This queen and bishop, I think they're not going to work that well together. But maybe I don't need to take the bishop. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing it. I feel like this is getting to hope chess, so. Am I missing comments? 1 second. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, unfortunately. So I had to take the draw, simply because I burnt a lot of time around here. Like, I burnt half my time trying to find this move. But I don't know, I feel like it was for good reason. Yeah. Knight c3. Yeah, I feel like I could have played a few more moves, but I don't want to give him any chances to get out of it. So let's have a look here. He goes, how many moves does he have? He has 1, 2. Okay, so this one would lose. And this one would lose. This one probably loses too. This is probably it. Alright, I think that's enough of the self-analysis. I can't see a win. I reckon it's there. Let's go to the game review and see if there was a win. There was a win, but I kind of... Okay, so there wasn't a checkmate win. There was a brilliant. There was a brilliant, which was there. Oh, I like that sound. So there was a brilliant, and then I kind of just a little bit too quick up here. Wait, can I turn the moves off here? I can't. All right. It actually wants me to play this and allow that. Oh, I see, because that's a mistake. Okay. I did look at this move. I did look at this move. It's wild. Just reset the board. That was an interesting game. It was definitely winning though. Definitely winning. The whole way through. I think the speed of his moves kind of psyched me out as well. So yeah, that's how did we go? It was a 75 to 75% game. It's a draw, but that's not what I'm looking at. I actually gained 1 rating point. So I just need 63 more games against slightly higher rated players and draw them. And we're back. That's about 30 odd hours of playing should get us there. Given that each game takes about half an hour, each review takes about half an hour. Yeah, that should put us at about 60 odd hours to get back to 1800. The grind is real. All right, let's go for another game. Probably going to be black this game. I don't like that it's got me taking so long to find an opponent. That seems a bit strange. I hope I'm not in some pool of poor sports. Because I don't talk smack directly to the person. I'm looking at it too. I'm looking at it too. I don't know this line. I rarely play e4, e5. So yeah, like there's so much going on, and I'm very happy that he did that move, because I felt like there was so much more that could have gone wrong there. So I'm happy to get rid of that knight. Like, yeah, I'm happy to get rid of that knight. So I'm surprised that the game went this way. I'm happy that it went this way. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I blundered on the first couple of moves, because it's not an opening that I ever played with. Let me just change that message. I didn't realize I left that message on screen so long. We're definitely gonna. The main line is knight f6 instead of d6. Okay, knight f6. And then knight to g5. Going for a fried liver attack. It's my understanding. Now I do. Now that he's gone here, I do want to go here. Whoops. Get the bishop out and castle kingside. I don't want to castle queenside because they're going there. And I was hoping that if you took the bishop, it'd take back the pawn, get the center, move the pieces out, and castle kingside with the rook and the queen on the same file. That's what I was going for. All right. I'm sure he had something that could have put a lot of pressure on me. Well, that sucks. I'm still gonna... Do I need to be worried about G4? I don't think so. I don't think so. If he goes G4, I can always bring my knight back to G8. He's ruined his kingside. I don't think so. burning way too much time here. I mean,
White might be trying to achieve 0% accuracy.
he's got to compete with me for that one. Maybe I should just try for the low accuracy. Okay, I've got a plan. That's the plan. Just gotta wait for his move. And then you'll see what I've got. There it is, okay. the activity. If he push, I take. He takes, I go there. Should be safe. And I think that's one
Like the best
big
line
problem I
ever.
had. When he made this move, I had already decided to do this move. There could be something else, and yeah, I could definitely use a coffee. I'll probably get one after the stream. I do have I'm gonna try and make a video for YouTube today. So I'll get a coffee and then I'll get into that. But yeah, definitely need a coffee. Today's gonna be a long day. Minutes. Ariel, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Mr. Scones, your support is both encouraging and hurtful. Thank you. um, I feel like Rook C5 was a bit of a mistake, a bit of a hope chess. I was hoping he... Oh, my mouse is disconnected. I was hoping he would go here, but I think he could have also gone here and come down to get into the 7th rank. So I think that was a bit of a mistake, but we'll find out after the game. Minutes with yeah, he definitely let me off easy. Definitely got some ideas here, but yeah, I think you may disagree with me, but I think the bishop move here was one of the top moves in the game, because my queen was here, my bishop was here. You mentioned something like it was a, I don't know, you made some comment. But I think like this bishop here, like eyeing off this square now has proved to be a very I think better for him there was maybe f5. We'll have a look after the game. But he really needs to get his bishop out. So allowing me this the square. The bishop has this square. Even if the king tries to get here to help, and now I've got here hitting the king. King goes back. Other rook comes up. King goes here. Get out of my game. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. keep forgetting to clear those messages off. And what's he? Good morning. Good morning. Oh, good afternoon now. I'm trying to think if this is GG. I'm trying to think if this is GG now. How did he deal? I think he's got to do a very, as you would put it, mature move to try and stop what's coming. Is that the mature move? That could be in the mature move. Check. He goes there. Check. He goes there. Check. He comes. He can't come back. He can go back. GG's. All right. Yeah. Look, I definitely think I missed. I missed a winning line. Let's go back. All right. I think from here. Let me just have a read of the comments. Somebody says tactics. BD8 was good. Yeah. I reckon he was winning in the opening, for sure. Missed the most winning line. So let's have a look. So I reckon the most winning line came around here. Now I went here, exploiting the pin, and he goes here. Now obviously take is no good. Take is terrible, actually. Taking is no good. This is a move. This is a move. So the problem with this move here is he had king here. And if I take, he takes. And we're just in the same position. So I do win a pawn. And then another pawn. So that's kind of good. But here just felt right. And he goes up here, attacking the rook. So I can't take because then he takes. That's no good. Here, he goes up, check. He has to go back, so that's a forcing move. I can't take yet, and then I went up here. And I think everything loses for him. So, check here, check here, here. I guess if we just went here, he'd go back. Now, if he goes here, I think both lead to checkmate. And by think, I mean they both lead to checkmate. If he goes here, again, same thing. If he goes here, winning. And here I was actually looking at doing this. That would be losing. That would be sad face. Even go here first. No. That would be bad. So here, take, 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 happy days. Or even grab the pawn first, and then 2v3, but 4v2, and a rook versus a bishop. I think rook takes a1. Rook takes a1, just just easy. And then yeah, we still got this, and we still got this. Okay, that's rook takes e3, rook takes e3, rook a1. Yeah, but yeah, that's just I probably wouldn't have found that in 40 seconds, given that I'm so focused on this kind of stuff. Maybe I would have. I was looking at doubling up on the bishop, so yeah. Let's have a look at the opening. My understanding here is you take, and I hate this. I hate when people do this. Now, there were comments that this was wrong, and I agree. I was a little bit nervous about that. I don't think this is good. But I feel like I made a mistake here. I feel like that's a mistake. I'm sure there's something here, something that can destroy me. And he did this move, which took away all of my pressure. So I was happy to take, and I'm happy to trade. Because yeah, he trades, I get developed. Again, happy to trade, want a castle. This is probably a mistake. It was probably here and then here was probably a better idea. Or even here and then here, protecting the pawn and giving me options to castle queenside might have been an idea as well. I mean, I am ahead in development now, and it will come to show in this game. Yeah, I did plan on going there and then here, so that kind of ruined it. And now my knight looks really silly. Got nowhere to go, can only retreat. I was afraid of this kind of stuff too. But is it worth ruining his kingside? See, I can't do that because the knight is then trapped. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Because he's got this one. So yeah, couldn't do that because the knight would be trapped. But he didn't go for that, he castled. So I'm okay. A castle. I did want a castle queenside, but the pawn over here hanging. Now, he hasn't developed. That's good. And this move was just to stop the knight from coming here. You hated both kingside castles. I only did my kingside castle after he did his. If he didn't kingside castle, I probably wouldn't have castled kingside. But yeah, like looking back to it, like I should have rerouted the knight over here. Pawn, stop the knight from coming in. The other alternative was playing this pawn here, but this one seemed better, and it turned out that it was better. And this move I think is a mistake, just opening the king and the queen. Bishop goes back, and over here now it looks really strong, and I was planning to do it anyway. So let's say he went here, I was still planning on going back. So yeah, that move there just seemed a bit odd to me. And now here, I played queen here first because I don't want him access to that square. And then he gets access anyway by bringing his knight back. So I do expect the queen to go here, but this bishop just looked too good on that diagonal to pass it up. And he goes here, and I didn't want to trade the queens because I saw like all these cool little tactical ideas going on. But if I had gone here, he goes here, I go here, and then the queen starts looking like she's in a bit of trouble. No, that's not good. So, in the end, queen takes, and we're into a bit of an endgame. Had to trade, yeah, his attack was too strong, so, you know, the bishops, the knight, the pawn push, I had to trade. But he let me have this. Maybe here first would have been good for him. And then he allowed me to trade off my terrible piece. Happy. And then I get his best piece. Happy. My rook is active. The other one is coming over. He's still got his bishop in here. So here, I think his move would have been here. What did he do? Pointless attack. I think here would have been better, or here. Or even here. Maybe here. Here. That looks pretty strong. And then the bishop can come out and help the rooks, coordinate the rooks. I think that would have been better for him. I think this attack was a mistake. And I felt like this could have been a mistake too. So, yeah, I think these two moves were very strong. And yeah, I think you like rook c5, okay. It felt a bit weird putting the rook in front of the pawns, and it felt weird, but it looked right. And yeah, here I wonder if this is a forced win from here. Obviously, if he goes back, would have made my job a lot easier. He goes here. And I did consider stuff like this as well, but then he just gets out here. Oh, that's interesting. But yeah, I don't see a win from there. But I think, apart from the opening, I think that was pretty good. Yeah, so he was winning in the opening. Definitely. He got up to just above a pawn. And then he just started to go downhill. And this is probably when the pieces all got traded off. Probably went equal. And then it probably started going downhill as he let me get my rooks in. Let's have a look. Okay. Okay, so all the pieces are off now, and it's equal. And then he played here, which was a mistake. And then I played the great move. Philippines chess, what's going on? Camel Star. And yeah, this was a great move too. And then great. Look at me. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. All these rook moves are just great. Can I get another great rook move? Oh. Can I fight you? No. Let's not be too aggressive here. Okay, that's interesting. What happens after there? What happened after there? Goes here, he goes here, and then what? What do we do next? Okay, that's interesting. I expected something like this. I went here. Check. Okay, so there was no forced mate here, but it was just winning. Alright, let's have a look at this opening. Okay. D6 was a move. It just felt awful. And that was a move. Okay, question is that anything to be worried about? It's a blunder. Just, yeah. Yep, just a blunder. Cool. So that was nothing to be worried about. What about here? You just do the knight to the side of the board. Okay, good to know, good to know. So those were the moves. And let's see if bishop d6 was a brilliant move. Yes. The question mark and the exclam means brilliant. Engine gonna hate. And that was a missed win. Okay. That's right, that's right. The engine does not know that it's evaluating this guy here. It's an interesting one. So it's saying push the pawn, push the pawn. What if they go here? Go here. They go there. That's very hard for me to see. They take. Yeah, it's getting a bit deep now. What else we got? So I didn't like this move. I thought that was one of the greatest moves. Alright. Thought that was a great move too. Yeah, here I said F5 should have been the move. And instead they played here, which was a, yeah.
Question mark and exclamation means interesting move.
But that's impossible because it's evaluating me. And we all know Bishop D6 was amazing. Look at how it won the game. Just hanging there. He doesn't even get involved. He didn't do anything. He just sort of just hangs there watching. Here we go. Now he's in. The hero. Boom. Get out of my game. So yeah, that was a good one. I didn't even look at the accuracy, but the accuracy can't have been high.
It's only interesting if you're a hater.
No haters, please. Let's have a look at the accuracy. '89. Okay. Yeah, I don't know this whole game rating. It's saying I played 2250. I didn't feel like a 2250. It's saying he played like a 1550. That's a burn. But yeah, it was a good day as far as the ratings go. 2 games. And we're up. What am I? 36, 45. We're up 9 points. Let's go. Just 9 points every day and I'll be at 2000 in, I don't know, 7 or 8 years. Alright, the music has just turned off. You know what that means. Guys, make sure... Oops. Make sure you check out my main channel, you can go through the website here to get there. Just click on any of those boards and there'll be videos going to my main channel. A lot planned over the next couple of weeks. I will be streaming tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. Wednesday, I have to get some stuff ready. And next week, be doing a lot of videos in Asia. So can't say too much about it yet, but I've got a lot planned. So make sure you're following. I will try to do some live streams over there, depending on if I can get data and if I can. Different countries, different laws, so you've got to be careful. But I think data is going to be the big issue for next week. But other than that, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you all next time.